All right, so we got some news. All right, we got some craziness. Von Miller, the edge rusher we signed in the middle of last season, to help us win a Super Bowl, which we did, has went ahead and signed a 6-year deal with the Buffalo Bills. Well, let's go ahead and get into this. Vaughn played a huge role. Yes, he did. He's one and done, they said. And Von Miller is quoted on his Instagram going, "It's been a crazy 4 hours going back and forth." And that there were a lot of things he loved about Los Angeles, but he ultimately chose the Bills. According to Ian Rappaport, it's a 6-year deal worth $120 million, which is a massive contract for a pass rusher who's about to turn 33 years old, March 26th. How about that? Von Miller gets a 6-year deal. When the Rams acquired Miller from the Broncos in November, he had just 1 year left in his contract, so they knew he would be a free agent in March. And that was the whole thing, because, we signed him and was like, is this really worth it? Because he's going to be a free agent. We're going to have to pay this dude a lot of money for like half a year service. And we gave up like a few picks. I don't even remember, y'all, to be honest. But the big belief was that we were going to sign him, extend him for him to play several years down the road, but it looks like it's not going to happen. I'll get into my thoughts here in a second, but I'm not really that worried, to be honest. And I'll get into that in a second. Miller had 5 sacks in an 8 regular season game with the Rams last season. He added 4 sacks in 4 playoff games, including 2 in the Super Bowl. And he was really good as a run defender as well. He had a 91.2 overall grade from Pro Football Focus, which is the 9th time he's had this grade of at least 90. And that is pretty good. And it leaves us with a big void, and with Leonard Floyd being the only surefire starter at that spot. So, Von Miller is no longer with us. He went ahead and decided to go to the Bills. And, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I wasn't sure what to make with the Von Miller situation this offseason, because on the one hand, some people may think, oh, it really wasn't worth it because we only got like half a season worth of games, and we gave up some picks to the Broncos and a lot. I think Kenny Young too as well. I may have that wrong, but I think we gave up Kenny Young as well. And it's just, and I don't know, man. He just, honest to goodness, in hearing him talk this past off season, he almost just didn't seem like he wanted to come back. Honestly, I could be wrong. Like I said, I gotta be honest, I really wasn't concerning myself too much with the Von Miller situation. It was one of those things where I just felt I would really like to have him back, but I'm kind of getting a sense maybe he's really trying to go elsewhere. But I wasn't sure. When you have him do things like post a photo of himself in a Denver uniform on his Instagram page, and he's over here thinking about the Cowboys. When I'm hearing all of that, I'm like, all right, this dude. I'm like, all right, this. My whole thing is this: like, if you want to come back, come back. If you want to leave, then leave. That's pretty much the thought process I had, because at the end of the day, the mission was accomplished. We won the Super Bowl, and I'll be grateful to Vaughn for that. Thank you for doing your part to help, because Vaughn was a important part in winning this Super Bowl. But my whole thing is, I didn't want the Rams to really pay a lot of money to him. It was weird. It just, he's getting older. He was great. Don't get me wrong, I did want him back, but just his comments and just the way he seemed to carry himself, I was getting a feel like him flirting with the other teams, and I'm not mad at him for that. I'm really not. Get your money. Okay, he says he loved a lot of things about Los Angeles, but he ultimately chose the Bills. I'll tell you why he chose the Bills. This right here, 120 million. That's why. 120 million. And there's no way we could pay 120 million to Vaughn. I'm no mathematician, but it just wasn't going to happen when we have Aaron Donald and Matthew Stafford to sign. And it was clear as time went on after we had won the Super Bowl, it was clear Vaughn was trying to get like a big contract, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. But when I see him like entertaining the Broncos, flirting with all these teams, and I began to think in my mind, because I thought for sure because he, like Aaron during the parade, and let's all remember they're all drunk, and it's people say things when they're drunk, but he's like, run it back, and then he's talking to all these teams. I'm like, well, okay, so this dude is trying to get a payday, and he maybe doesn't feel like he's going to get it with us, which, hey, it's one of those things. It is what it is. Vaughn got his money. I'm not going to be mad at him for that. It's just my expectation of him coming back like went way down. As these weeks have gone by, after we had won the Super Bowl, I'm like, let's get everyone back. Let's get Odell back. Let's get Vaughn back. I know Aaron wants Vaughn back. It's going to be interesting to see what happens that's what I'm more worried about. I want to see what happens with Aaron Donald now that we've lost Von Miller. It's crazy. The free agency is always crazy. We all knew we were going to lose people. We all knew this. And it's a little disappointing, but I am not too surprised, nor am I worried, because Chris Garrett, 7th round pick Chris Garrett, this is your time to shine, man. And if there is anyone, any staff that can utilize low round talent or undrafted talent, unknown talent, it's the Rams. They've proven it. Bryson Hopkins was a hero of the Super Bowl, y'all. I mean, they can develop young players, and I don't want the Rams to go bankrupt. And and it's just like, I'm really not too concerned about this. I'm really not. I just I just read about this. I have a few of my boys texting me, going, look at that, you only got half a year. He's going elsewhere, one and done. Clowning me like friends do. And then I shoot back with, the job was done. We won a Super Bowl. So, so there's that, and it's going to be all right, y'all. It's going to be all right. It is. It's going to be all right. We actually have, I think the draft picks, how many draft picks we have just came out. I'll talk about that here a little bit soon. But, I'm not worried. I'm really not worried. Maybe it's just kind of and I'll admit, because I just heard it here, but I just feel like it just seemed like he wanted to go elsewhere. It really did. And maybe I'm just way off base with that, but I was just getting a feeling. I wasn't like predicting he would leave, but just something internally was like, I'm not sure if this dude really wants to come back. For whatever reason, I have no idea what. Maybe because he knew we weren't going to pay him $120 million. But hey, Vaughn came in, and Vaughn was an important piece to win us the Super Bowl. I can't be mad at him. He helped us win. So, Vaughn, thank you for helping us win the Super Bowl. Good luck in Buffalo. And it's going to be next man up. Whether it's Chris Garrett, And I would love to see Chris Garrett have a more active role next season. I think he's going to be great. He's got the frame. He's very physical. We all watched him annihilate that Raiders quarterback in preseason. I think he's going to be good. And you know that the staff is going to get somebody to replace him. So, like, I'm still on cloud nine. This don't bother me. So, we'll see what happens. It's certainly interesting, man. The Bills are loading up. The AFC's looking stacked, y'all. So, them, the Broncos, the Chargers. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. But that's going to be it for now, guys. I will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, go Rams.